CBS News continuing coverage of Showdown in the Gulf. From CBS News headquarters in New York, here is Dan Rather.
New complications in the war, new developments unfolding. Let's go to Tel Aviv and Tom Fenton to get the latest on the Iraqi Scud missile attack against Israel. Tom?
Dan, I've got two new reports as the Bureau people here continue to work the telephones. One is that at the Tel Baruch junction, that's a major road junction about 5 miles north of Tel Aviv, very close to where I used to live, incidentally. The area is roped off on the suspicion that nerve gas was used there, that once again, just the suspicion that there's nerve gas in the warhead. A second report that at Hatikva, that's an area not far from here, Yemenite to the south, a Yemenite picturesque neighborhood. We have an eyewitness report from there of buildings burning, buildings destroyed, and people running in panic and no sign of the rescue services. That would sound like that was a conventional warhead. Now that raises the possibility, since we have several different indications now, that perhaps a mixture of warheads was fired. But I must emphasize that we have no confirmed reports at all that non-conventional warheads have been used, just these reports. And we will try to report only things that we have from eyewitnesses or from officials or that we hear on the official radio. We're trying to stay away from rumors. Dan?
Tom, Israeli radio, monitored by Jim Jensen in Jerusalem, said that the Israelis were in the process for retaliating. David Martin reported in the Defense Department that U.S. officials believe the Israelis are retaliating. Do you have any other confirmation that the Israeli warplanes are in the process of retaliating against the Iraqis?
None whatsoever, none whatsoever. What we're watching now on Israeli TV is a comedy program. They've gone back on the air just to keep people amused, I suppose. No confirmation whatsoever. Just a moment. Anything at all on the soldiers?
Tom Fenton, live in Tel Aviv, monitoring Israeli radio there.
On the highway. Okay. Now, just a little more about this highway junction hit. Apparently the missile landed on the highway and the area is entirely sealed off.
But Tom, tick off for us very quickly again those areas we know have been hit by the at least 7, possibly 8 Scud missiles. Tick off again the specific places where they've hit.
I will recap now, and forgive me if we lose count. One in Sfat, that's a picturesque town. It's the very northern part of Israel. 2 in Haifa, that's one of the 3 major cities in Israel, a lovely port in the north. Originally we had 3 hits here in Tel Aviv, but we thought we heard 2 more east of Holon. We now know of a hit in Hatikva. That may have been one of the original 3 that we heard here. That's the one in the Yemenite neighborhood, which sounds like it's conventional because we have buildings destroyed and burning. And now we have this report of a hit at the Tel Baruch junction. That's a major road junction about 5 miles north of here. That's roped off, and that has raised the suspicion that perhaps nerve gas was used there. But I must repeat, no confirmation that non-conventional warheads have been used, and still no confirmation that the Israelis have responded. But from the nature of this government and from the number of airplanes we've heard in the air, I wouldn't be at all surprised if that weren't the case. Dan?
And Tom, you said there were some casualties, at least in the suburbs south of Tel Aviv, but the extent of the casualties and damage basically unknown.
That's right. I've had several reports of casualties now. We know they're casualties, but the extent is unknown, nor do we know the nature of the casualties.
And the reason the Wolfson Hospital area went up on our map, that's one of the areas around which a Scud missile hit.